Hello everyone, welcome to the daily MCQ series. The first question for today is, which of the following statements reflect the definition of MCLR, which is marginal cost of fund-based lending rate? Option A, it refers to the minimum interest rate a bank must charge for lending. Option B, rate at which the central bank of a country lends money to commercial banks in the event of any shortfall of funds. Option C, rate at which the Reserve Bank of India borrows from commercial banks. Option D, it is a provision through which scheduled commercial banks can obtain liquidity overnight if the interbank liquidity completely dries up. The right answer is option A, which is it refers to the minimum interest rate a bank must charge for lending. Recently, this was in news. A hike in the repo rate by the Reserve Bank last week. Some of the lenders, including State Bank of India and Union Bank of India, have raised their marginal cost of fund-based lending rate by up to 10 point basis. Now, what is MCLR? MCLR, that is marginal cost of fund-based lending rate, refers to the minimum interest rate a bank must charge for lending. Under MCLR, it's mandatory for banks to declare their overnight 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 1 year and 2 year interest rates every month. All floating rate loans that are sanctioned will be based on the MCLR. Floating rate loans include home loans, loans against property, corporate term loan. The Reserve Bank of India replaced the base rate structure which had been in place since July 2010 and introduced the MCLR for fixing interest rates from 1st April 2016. It replaced the base rate structure which had been in place since July 2010. Moving to the next question, question number 2. Recently, the word core has been in news. It is a option A, meteoroid, option B, black hole, option C, dwarf planet, option D, galaxy. The right answer is option C, which is a dwarf planet. Astronomers have found a ring around a dwarf planet called Core, located in the Kuiper belt at the solar system's edge. What is a dwarf planet? A dwarf planet is a small planetary mass object that is in direct orbit of the Sun, smaller than any of the 8 classical planets. What is Kuiper belt? The Kuiper belt is a circumstellar disk in the outer solar system extending from the orbit of Neptune at 30 astronomical units to approximately 50 astronomical units from the Sun. It is similar to the asteroid belt. What is Roche limit? The Roche limit, also called Roche radius, is the distance from a celestial body within which a second celestial body held together only by its own force of gravity. We can also see the Roche limit in this figure. You can see the Roche limit line between the planet and the moon. As the moon moves towards the Roche limit, it starts disintegrating. Moving to the next question, question number 3. Question number 3 is, with respect to the El-Nino, consider the following statements. Statement 1, it is an unusual warming of surface waters in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean off the coast of Peru. Option 2, El-Nino reduces the instances of hurricanes in the Atlantic. Option 3, monsoon in India is often weaker during El-Nino. Which of the above statement is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 2 only. Option D, 1, 2 and 3. The right answer is option D, which is 1, 2 and 3. Recently, at the Maharashtra Government Cabinet meeting, Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra is learned to have said that there were chances of an El-Nino event developing in the Pacific Ocean this year, which could impact the monsoon rainfall. Now, what is El-Nino? It is an unusual warming of surface waters in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean off the coast of Peru. As temperatures rise, rainfall patterns change around the world. Some places receive more rain, some experience droughts. But how does it affect India? Monsoon in India is often weaker during El-Nino. It is estimated that 60% of all droughts in India in the last 130 years have coincided with El-Nino. El-Nino also impacts ocean temperatures, the speed and the strength of ocean currents. Moving to the next question, question number 4. Consider the following statements regarding free float in stock market. Statement 1. Free float refers to the outstanding shares of a privately listed company that is readily available for trading in the market. Statement 2. The free float of a company gives investors a rough idea about the likely liquidity of the company's shares in the public market. Which of the above statement is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The right answer is option B, which is 2 only. That is, the free float of a company gives investors a rough idea about the likely liquidity of the company's shares in the public market. Recently, this was in news. MSCI said it had reduced the free floats of Adani Enterprises, Adani Total Gas, Adani Transmission, and the associated cement companies. Free float refers to those shares which are readily available for trading in the stock market. It generally excludes promoters holding, government strategic holding, and other locked-in shares which will not come to the market for trading in the normal course. The free float of a company gives investors a rough idea about the likely liquidity of the company's shares in the public market. Moving to the last question, question number 5. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The Wholesale Price Index is published by the Office of Economic Advisor under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Statement 2. The Consumer Price Index is released by the National Statistical Office. Which of the above statement is or are correct? Statement A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. The right answer is option C, which is both 1 and 2. The inflation targeting the framework mandates the Reserve Bank of India to achieve CPI, which is also known as Consumer Price Index, inflation target of 4%. Now, what is WPI? WPI is Wholesale Price Index. Wholesale Price Index measures the changes in the prices of goods sold and traded in bulk by wholesale businesses. It is published by the Office of Economic Advisor under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. What is CPI? CPI is Consumer Price Index. Consumer Price Index calculates the difference in the price of commodities and services such as food, medical care, education, electronics, etc. It is released by the National Statistical Office. So that was for today. Let's meet tomorrow again with many more MCQs. Thank you so much.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.